Hey guys, how's it going? Just at the end of a work day at Brookville Pizza. I thought I'd give you guys a little peek into how life's been without the love of my life. I basically focus on serving the Lord when I'm not working. That is what I've been doing, and that's what's been sustaining me. The Lord's been sustaining me through this entire year. If it wasn't for Him, I don't know what I'd do. He hasn't left me alone, at all. I have not felt, I have felt alone at certain times, and I have definitely felt the loss in my life. It's been horrible at certain times, but I have felt the presence of the Holy Spirit, and He's enabled me to stand in these tough times. There's no question about it. On about a month after Dawn went home to be with the Lord, God led us to Living Word Church in Norwell. I had actually been looking at the church, scoping the church out in the summer of 2017, and Dawn and I were actually talking about moving over to that church because we were just looking for a change. And so it's just another example of God's providence. God had it all planned out, where I would be going, even beforehand. It was just too difficult to stay over at Grace Church. They were great as far as everything that they did for me when Dawn went home to be with Christ. The donations and the support and the love, there's no doubt about it. They were phenomenal, and I love them. My old life group, I just love them. We were living like they were living in the book of Acts. We really were, and it was just a phenomenal time. The last couple years of Dawn and my marriage, they were the happiest years, I think, of our time together, other than the first few years. People say that in the first few years of a married couple's life, it's the most difficult. I think it was like Disneyland. Our first few years together, it was just amazing because we were just so happy. And then there were the years that she was struggling with her health, and I think after that I had always had a fear of losing her, and I confessed that to her a lot. So in a lot of ways, this year's been like an absolute nightmare, and God knows that. God's assured me that He knows that. He knows how it's been for me. But I read a Bible verse earlier today. It's 1 Thessalonians 1:10, and I don't have it memorized verbatim, but the crux of it is Christ died so that whether we are, Christ died and rose again so that whether we are dead or alive, when Christ returns, we'll be able to be with Him forever. And that's the most amazing truth. And it ends, so comfort one another with these words. Reading something like that, with these kinds of things on your mind, reading that with Dawn on my mind, it just makes me think of the moment I'm going to see her again, and the hope that Christ gives me for that. It fills my heart, because nothing seems as important to me at this point anymore than obeying what He tells me to do. I mean, and that is what I'm devoting my life to, and be seeing her again, and but being obedient to Him, and devoting my life to Him seems like, and I know that it is, the only way for me to go now, because as far as this world is concerned, I was saying it to Brian yesterday, this world basically lost the last carrot that it could possibly dangle in front of me, when I lost her, but that's all right, because Christ sustains me, so that's my little my testimony for tonight, and it's just true. Coming home to an empty house, after being with the love of your life for 20 years is difficult, but at the same time, I know where she is, and I know that the Lord's with me, and because I feel His presence. I feel His presence, filling me, and knowing that He's with me and never leaving me alone, and that's a blessed assurance that I always have. So I'm home now. It's been good touching base with you guys, and I'll see you on Godspeed. Bye for now.